ki khubor ka bate si TV. Lawan Rashapi taka Frank Motors. Booking open for the new Nexon. Visit Frank Motors or call 7045207973.
MLA jong All India Trinamool Congress mukul sangma haka arpau tarik unai luar aja apulai. Ulang bula pendap ialah kajong ke Kamram ban maham yu menteri rangba kajala Conrad kongkal sangma haka bede bu snar nong hidrok na kajala Mizoram. Mukul sangma ulang ru bakasyong menta sahau menteri rangba kumnu banle yakni kam kaba ula dep pensengau hakmat ke yang dorba tawan. Mukul ula penpau yakni hadim bulam pang jong yang dorba tawan kajala ula paweng no ya kajingkren jong mukul sangma. Kalau kejing kena bau Conrad sangma udan kejing adai kabacan bau snar nong hidrok hakaba ula peniru dagadur kabau Conrad ke kurem jong u lemba u Henry Larzem zanga ubla syakiam haka arflai tri uyayong arja khatlai hakaba adai bakajing yok kurup ya ujing di pun buat balak hen bi an ubasong dor hadu enru klur.
We have gone through number of news articles being carried off and on across the country and in respect of northeastern states. Now these informations are available before us. Now when we look at all these compiled informations one after another, my attention was drawn about that particular news article which was carried by Business Standard. I think if I am not mistaken dated 23rd April 2013. Okay, subject to correction, but I think my memory is not failing me. So that particular news item is pertaining to the seizure of contraband substances which was estimated to be worth 6 crore, and where the Delhi police have alleged that certain person from particular state and also certain person from Delhi who happens to be members from political class, meaning the sons of some politicians, meaning influential, powerful people's children, were apprehended and they were named as the accused. Now those names are available before the citizens of the country. Whoever wants to know the name, I have given the name yesterday, one person in the name of some Henry. The full name I'll have to again go back to the news item. So what was my suggestion in the House, saying that we all need to look at how we can put the kind of scanner on the kind of people whom we are associating with while we are holding position of authority and position of power. Now, you have to understand and appreciate one very important aspect of my share of concern in the August House is pertaining to the importance of the chair and position that members of the cabinet holds and the responsibility associated with that authority, the position. So with every position and authority comes huge burden of responsibility. Now therefore, if you are talking about the chief minister of your own state, you got to be careful. You got to remind any person who is associated and is connected with the duties and responsibilities of taking cognizance of such manners which is happening in and around us, to say, hello, are you sure that people who are around you are somehow or other not in any way going to exploit their connect? That's how it is. So if you go through and be analytical, I have been quite that way. I must say that I have been quite helpful in alerting the chief minister, in giving him this kind of information, lest he might have not seen that news. So why should it be considered offending? Why should it be considered offending? I'm sure everybody who knows that the gentleman also will agree with me that I have come to know yesterday after I shared this vital information in the August House that the person concerned whose picture I have shared, whose photograph I have shared, is somebody who frequents the state. Yeah, that's what the people told me. So now the power to comprehend and thereafter take appropriate response thereof by the person concerned who is holding the office of authority position, and none other than the Chief Minister. It's up to him to take cognizance of this caution. It is up to him to take cognizance. Now, if I know that my son is associating with somebody who has been known to have to do something to do with peddling of the contraband item, or even maybe unfortunately have become a victim, is an addict, then I will advise my son. I'll advise anybody who's close to me, hello, please, let us, and then take another step to counsel the other one who is already a victim. Because, as I said, when we deal with this whole challenge, it's not only enforcing the law, it also includes our responsibility towards taking care of the victims, taking care of the addicts, rehabilitation, and to ensure that the whole counseling to enable him to have that kind of strength and might to overcome those challenges. We have seen so many. In fact, I had a misfortune of seeing many of my college mates becoming victim of this substance abuse, who ultimately became victim of the whole situation, and we lost some of them. So these are painful experiences that we have gone through. Every parent whose children are victim and have fallen as a addict of this substance abuse, they are going through a terrible time. They are going through a terrible time. So what type of future you want to leave behind for our youth, for our children? Okay, somebody's children may be okay, good enough now, able to insulate themselves from this menace, but they are going to have also their children, their grandchildren. So you are not talking only for the present, you are talking about how what we do today is going to have its bearing for the future. And we have talked about how we should learn from the experiences that some of the nations have been subjected to. There are multiple movies which have shown, which are based on the true stories vis-a-vis the nations which have gone through and which are still going through the turbulent experience of being a victim, where the drug cartels. I have already made my submission in the House. What did I say? If you go through the whole proceeding of yesterday's, the proceeding that was recorded for as far as that particular item is concerned, what will you see? You will see the same thing which I have said. I have cautioned and I have advised the CM to see that he disassociate. So that is my advice. And I have also said, I am sure you won't get offended, because I am suggesting that the Chief Minister should dissociate his association, since in view of what was carried by the national media, I feel that he should. That is my prerogative, and it is also his responsibility to find out. He should rather go after the man and find out what exactly has happened to the case. And is he still, in any way, directly or indirectly associating with other friends? Because it is not only one person. Along with that person, there are other persons from Delhi. So whether they are still in those kind of activity or not is up to him. He has all the ways and means to find out. He can just write to Government of India, to the concerned authorities, and find out. What did I say? That means I have said that put a scanner in view of what has happened. How will you interpret? This interpretation is simple. Any layman will understand what Dr. Mukul Sangma has suggested to such a disastrous situation. So these are all available before us. So therefore, it is doubly important for us to tell anybody. And why shouldn't I tell the Chief Minister to be more cautious? Because he has the responsibility as well, while holding this very important post, to the head of the state. So therefore, it's now up to him to utilize his wisdom and judgment. My job is done. Now it is his job. But then I was quite surprised to see how they were navigating this whole narrative and how defensive they suddenly become, accusing me of, pointing a finger at him, saying that he has an access. I never said he has an access. But I have definitely said that the person concerned who had the privilege of sharing that sitting arrangement in one of the very important program at the national capital is a reflective of his mutual association with the person concerned. And I am also told that yes, this type of association is part and parcel. So therefore I am again in the house today. I have said yes, my job is to caution you. I think now it's the people who should tell him, in addition to what I have said.